All right, so here is the test review for our surface area and volume test. So this is the last test of the semester. But I'm going to go through each of the problems. So this is a sphere, and so I will go ahead and have your formula sheet out or on your computer just so you can reference it while we're walking through this review, or while you're even doing the review. That way you can know kind of where all the formulas are at. So I'm not going to be pulling this up over and over again, but just know this is where I'm getting the formulas from, and you can use this on your test. So the first one is a sphere, and it's asking for the surface area. So be very, very careful and look and make sure you know what it's asking for. Okay, if you just go into it and are just like, oh, that's a sphere, maybe we're finding volume. No, you get it wrong. So another indicator that it's surface area is this squared right here. And so that squared means that it's area. Okay, so the volume of a sphere is 4 pi r squared according to the surface area according to my formula sheet. So I'm just going to plug my radius in, which is r. I will put that in my calculator, and I'm going to get 804.25. So B is the correct answer. Sorry about this shadow, y'all. I don't know how to get rid of it. I think it's probably this. Yeah, it's my little stand. Okay, but hopefully you can see. So same thing, we're going to use our sphere surface area formula, which is 4 pi r squared. So 4 pi r squared would be 2.9 is my radius. So I'd put this part in my calculator, just put it straight up in your calculator like that, and you will get 105.68. So A is the correct answer over here. All right, should be pretty easy so far. All right, then we're going to go down here. These are cones, so we're going to look at our formula sheet. We're going to find the surface area of cones, and this is a long one, but the surface area of cones is pi r squared. Pi r squared plus pi times r slant height. And the slant height is even written on your formula sheet, so you don't have to really remember what this S means, because it's actually going to be given to you, but the slant height would be 17.9. So we're just going to plug it in to our formula. And then when we put that in our formula, or not our formula, our calculator, we will get 650.94. So A is the correct answer. All right, let's go on to the next one. Same thing, we're going to use this formula right here. Pi, and be careful, the radius was given here, but we're given the diameter over here. So we have to take half of the diameter, which is 3. So we're going to plug in 3 for my radius, and then 3 again for the radius over here. And then our slant height is 12.4. All right, we'll put this whole thing in our calculator like that, and we will get 145.14. So A, again, is my answer. All right, let's keep going. We're still doing surface area. So this time we're going to look at surface area of a cylinder, okay? And the pictures are not on the formula sheet, so make sure you review before the test what each thing is called. Hopefully you can remember the last one's a cone and the first one's a sphere, because those are seen a lot, but these are cylinders, so make sure you kind of know what all these shapes look like, so you know which which formula to use. So surface area of a cylinder is 2 pi r times the height plus 2 pi r squared. Okay, so we are going to plug everything in. So our radius is 3, our height is 10, and then I'm just plugging in the radius over here as well, and then putting this whole thing in your calculator, okay? And when you put it in your calculator, you should get 245.04, so D. All right, we're gonna look at this last one. Same formula, so I'm not gonna rewrite it. 2 pi, r is 11, radius is 11, times 10, which is our height again. Here's in our height, it's 10 twice. And then 2 pi, and then our r is 11, 11 squared. Okay, y'all can see that. All right, again, we'll just put it in our calculator, and we should get 1,451.42. And so that's A. And there we go. We're done with the first page of our review. All right, and we're going to go on to number 7. All right, so number 7, we're going to look at this. Okay, this is a prism. And notice that we are done with our surface area problems, and we have moved to volume. So don't mess up. Make sure you look at what it's asking for. Okay, if it's asking for volume, we got to use our volume formula. And we only, whoa, my camera's messed up. We only did volume for prisms and volume for pyramids. We didn't do surface area. So here we go. Let's do it. So the volume of a cylinder is, not cylinder, of a prism is just, the volume is base times height, okay? And so remember the last lesson we just did, we want to find the area of our base first and then plug it into this formula. So let's find the area of our base. We have two shapes that are formed here. So we know our base is a square. So 5 times 5, which is 25. So 25 is our base. And then for our height of our cylinder, we can see that it's 9. So 25 times 9 will give us the volume of that prism. I think I said cylinder again, sorry. I meant prism. And that is 225. And again, you can tell this is volume by the cubes here. All right, here is another prism. So we're going to keep going with the prisms. Let's find this is our formula, base times height. Let's find the area of our base first. So our base here, we have two shapes that look like a triangle. We have some rectangles and a square over here. So we know our base is has only two shapes that are like that. So the area of our base is 1/2. This is a triangle, so 1/2 our base of our triangle, which is 5, times our height. Now, this is where it can get tricky, okay? Now, is the height of this triangle, actually I messed up. Let's try this again. You can see where I messed up, okay? So the area of our base, we're going to look at this bottom triangle right here, okay? We can see the base here is 11, and then the height, they're showing us where our right angle is. We don't have a right angle for this upper right, or for this upper triangle. So we need to make sure, this is kind of a tricky problem, so we need to make sure we're looking for that right angle to know what our height is for our triangle. So we want to do 1/2 our base, which is 11, times our height, which is 4, okay, and that should be 22. All right, so be very careful. And then our volume over here is our base times our height of our cylinder, which is just 9. Okay, and when we put that in our calculator, we should get 198. Okay, and if you did it the other way that I was showing you, you won't have an option. Yeah, no, the option won't be available over here. But it's not saying it won't be like that on the test, but that's a good way to check yourself with multiple choice, is that if you don't see the answer there, you probably did something wrong. So go back and check your work and make sure you did it correct. All right, so let's move on to this cylinder over here. So we have cylinder, the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times our height. And so I know my radius is 3, my height is 9. And I'm going to plug these in. All right, and then we will get, when we put that in our calculator, we should get, where is that? Oh, there it is. 254.47. Okay. All right, so A. All right, next one. It's one of your favorite problems over here with the polygon. So let's figure out what kind of polygon we have here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. This is a hexagon. So we need to first find our perimeter to find the area of our base of our pyramid here. So the perimeter would be, since we have 6 sides, and we know each of them are 6, okay, that'd be 6 times 6, which is 36. And then our apothem, which is something else we need when we're finding the area of a polygon, is 5.2. All right, and so the area of a polygon, this is going to be on your formula sheet, is 1/2 our apothem times our perimeter. So 1/2 5.2 times 36. All right, and I'll put that on my calculator, and I should get, if I'm doing this correctly, 93.6 for the area of my base. And then I'm just going to plug it in to our pyramid formula, which the pyramid formula, the volume formula for a pyramid is 1/3 your base times your height, the area of your base times your height. So 1/3, 93.6 times our height, which is 12. Okay? And we should put that all in our calculator, and when we do that, we should get 374.4. Okay. So that's our pyramid one. All right, so let's go down to the cone down here. Little cone, looks like an ice cream cone. All right. Ooh, I want some ice cream right now. That sounds really good. Okay. But here we go. The volume, we're going to look over here at the volume of our cone, which is 1/3 our base times our height, which is actually the same as the pyramid. I don't know if you noticed that, but the base of but we can use our other formula, which is also given to us. Or actually, it doesn't have that. But we know what the base of a circle is. The base of a circle is just pi, and then the area of a circle is on your formula sheet as well, but the pi r squared, the radius is 6, so pi r squared, so that base is 36 times pi, which would be, let me pull that up real quick. Okay, so that's 28.27. All right, and then our area, our volume of our cone over here is our 1/3 our base, area of our base times our height, which is 12. Okay, and when we put that in our calculator, we should get 452.39. Okay, and something I could have done instead of breaking it up and finding the area of the base and then plugging into your formula like we do for pyramids, we can go ahead and you could just plug this part in for 28.27 all in one shot when you're putting your calculator, and then you can get the same answer. So it's a little shortcut, but this way works perfect. All right, so let's go over here to the volume of sphere. This is always a weird one for me. We got 4/3 pi r cubed is the volume of a sphere. So I'm just going to plug it in. All we need is that radius, okay, which is 0.8. And so we'll put that in our calculator. And when we put that in our calculator, we get 2.14. Right, it makes sense for it to be a small number too, because the radius is so small. All right, we are on the last page. Or second to last page. All right, so over here we have a prism. So we're going to use the volume of our prism, which again is our base times our height. So the area of our base times our height. So I'm going to do area of the base. The base is a trapezoid, and so I would go over to your formula sheet, look over at the area of a trapezoid, and that would be 1/2 my two bases of the trapezoid added together. So you can see this is 6 across here, and this is 4. So we got to add our two bases together, and then times our height. So the height of our trapezoid here is 2.8. All right, so when we find the area of that base, we should get 14. That's a pretty nice number. I like that. And then to find the volume, again, it's just the area of our base, which is 14, times our height, which is 8. Yeah, it's 8 meters tall. I know it's kind of over to its side, but that's how tall it is, like if it was laying over on its side. And that will give me 112. So it's D. All right, next one, same thing as a prism. So I'm going to find the area of our base. This is a rectangle, so 6 times 7, which is 42. And then the height of our prism is 10. So the area of our, so volume is equal to the area of our base times our height. Sorry, I'm trying to just write the formula. And so that is 42 times 10. And that's 420 inches cubed. All right, so here are the problems that we have not seen for the last couple of weeks, but is how we find the volume of, the area of our polygons. So this is when we have to go back to our trig. So let's first create a little triangle, a little right triangle here. Okay, and it's giving us perimeter. So we need to figure out how many sides does this shape have, so we can break it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 sides. So I'm gonna if you want to make note of that, n is equal to 10, you can. And then one of the things we need to do is we need to find this angle right here. So to find our central angle, I don't know if you guys remember this, we take 360 and we're going to divide it by 2 times however many sides we have. So that's 10. So 360 divided by 2 times 10 is 18. All right, so 18 is going to go in here. All right, and then we know since we have 10 sides that each side, if I divide 60 by 10, we know each side has got to be equal to 6 all the way around. Okay, because 6 times 10 is 60. So I need to figure out what's half of 6, which is 3. So then we're given this little triangle in here. So now we can set it up to where we can use SOHCAHTOA to figure out what this adjacent side is. We know the opposite, we're trying to find the adjacent, and we're given the angle. So opposite and adjacent would be tangent. And y'all probably picked up on the fact that we're going to use tangent for all of these. And you've been using tangent for all the ones that have been on the homework, so we're just going to keep it consistent. So tangent of 18 equals our opposite, which is 3, over our adjacent. Okay, then we multiply by A. A is equal to, A times the tangent of 18 is equal to 3. Divide by the tangent of 18. Okay, and so A is equal to 3 divided by the tangent of 18. All right, and so when we put that on our calculator, we get 9.2. So our apothem, and the whole reason we're doing this is to find that apothem. Okay, I should have said that at the beginning, but that's how we did this before, right? We need this length right here in order to find our area. When we were doing the volume of cones and cylinders, not cylinders, prisms, pyramids and prisms, they gave us the apothem, but for these we actually have to find the apothem. All right, but here is our area of a polygon formula. The area of polygon is 1/2 our apothem times our perimeter. So 1/2, 9.2, and my perimeter was given to me. So we'll plug that in, and so we get 276.99, okay? And that can round up to 277. And notice it says round to the nearest tenth. So if I did round that to the nearest tenth, this would round up and then it would round up again. So that makes sense. All right, so let's move on to this one. Now this one, there's 2 different ways. So you could do it the normal polygon way, or this pretty much looks like a square. Yeah, let's actually not make that assumption. Let's just do it the other way. All right, so here we go. Well, we'll find out that it actually is a square. All right, so here we go. We have, there's a little hole in my table, sorry. So we know this right here is, or let's go ahead and find our perimeter. We can find our perimeter by multiplying 8 times, oh yeah, we know this is a square because these are regular polygons. So easy, 8 times 8 is 64. So that would have been an easy way to do this problem, okay? But we're gonna do it the long way too, just so we can get some practice. But our perimeter is 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. So 8 times 4, which is, why am I struggling with 8 times 4 right now? 8 times 4, which is 32. Goodness gracious. All right, and then we need to figure out what this side is. So half of 8, this is going to be 4. We need to find this angle by doing 360 divided by 2 times however many sides we have. We have 4 sides. So our angle here is going to be 45. Okay. So we know since this is 45, we can use the tangent of 45 equals our opposite over our adjacent. I'm going to go ahead and do the shortcut. Okay, there's a shortcut. Instead of multiplying 8 and then dividing by a tangent of 45, you can just go straight to 4 divided by a tangent of 45. Okay, and that'll give you your A, your adjacent side. Okay, and so when we do that, we're just going to get 4, which is pretty cool, right? How'd you get 4? I think its tangent of 45 is equal to 1, but there you go. So then we know our perimeter is 32, so we're going to plug it into our formula. 1/2 our apothem, which is 4, times 32, which is our perimeter, is 64. So C. All right, here we go. Next one. All right, same thing. This is going to be 2.5. Half of 5 is that. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So our perimeter would be 5 times 5, which is 25. And then to find our apothem, we need to first find our central angle. Our central angle is 360 divided by 2 times however many sides, which we have 5 sides. So that's 36. And so the tangent of 36 will equal 2.5 all over our adjacent angle. And so the little shortcut, right, is to take the 2.5 and just divide it by the tangent of 36. So I just kind of did 2 steps all into one, right? We'd first multiply and then we divide. So that's where I'm getting that from. When you put that in your calculator, you should get 3.44. And then our final answer would be 1/2 our apothem, which is 3.44, times our perimeter, which is 25. All right, and that will equal 43. So D. All right, let's do this last one. This last one looks like it has a lot of sides, just like the first one did. So here we go. We're going to make our triangle. Figure out how many sides we have. This is going to be 3.5 right here because half of 7 is 3.5. And then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 sides, so I'm going to kind of make a note. Okay, n is equal to 10. And then from our first problem, we can remember if we did 360 divided by 2 times n, we got 18. Okay, so we know the central angle is 18. We know it's 3.5. So we can go ahead and find our apothem by doing the tangent of 18 is equal to 3.5 all over A. I would multiply by A, divide by the tangent of 18. And I get 3.5 divided by the tangent of 18. Okay, and so that would give me 10.77. All right, and then we got to find our perimeter. I usually find that first, sorry. But we got 7 times 10, because we have 10 sides, and that's 70. All right, so we just plug it in, 1/2 our apothem, which is 10.77 times 70. When we put that on our calculator, we get 377.0, or 377. All right, so we're going to go to the very last page. So these are subtracting area problems. You're going to have 2 of these on your test. So I'm actually, for the sake of time, I'm not going to give you one like number 14. So just scratch that out. We're not going to be worrying about that one. I can show you the work. I'll go ahead and write the workout for you. But don't worry about it, basically, because it's not going to be on the test. So let's look at this first one. We're trying to find the shaded region. So the bigger region, the area of the square, is, we know this whole side is 8. So the area of a square, we know this is going to be 8, this is going to be 8. So we know this is going to be 8 times 8, which is 64 for the area of our square. Then let's look at the area of our circle. Is just pi r squared. And so that will equal 28. Oh, no, it didn't work. That's not right. 16 times pi. Okay, sorry. It's 50. Big difference. 50.27. Okay, so we'll do 64. We'll take the bigger area and subtract it from 50.27. Okay, and that will give me 13.73. Yeah. So that would be the way to do it. If you get a negative number, that means you probably switched these two, the square and circle, so just be careful with that. Again, I'm going to skip number 14 because I'm not going to give you one like that on the test. But basically what you would do is you would, and see if you can do it. The correct answer is 10.27. So see if you can, if you want to do a little challenge, you can try it and see if you get 10.27. Basically, if you want to pause the video and try it, you can. But basically, you would take the area of the circle, divide it by 4, so you could find this area of the 1/4 of the circle. Then you'd find the area of this triangle and subtract it from 1/4 of the circle. So, and that's where I got 10.27 from. All right. Let's go to this last one. So be careful with this last one. Notice these are all, this is not half a circle, this is 1/4 of a circle. So literally all 4 of these is just one circle. So we're just basically subtracting one circle from one square. So let's just do that. So let's find the area of the square first, shorthanded this time, which is just one side squared, which is 144. And then the area of our circle is pi 6 squared, which is, where is it? 113.097. And then we'll take 144, which is the area of our square, and subtract it from that circle. So, and that will give me 10.27. No. Obviously I was looking at the wrong one. No, that will be 30.90. Okay, sorry about those mess ups, y'all, and that my camera was messed up. But basically, you would find the area of this whole circle, or this whole square, then you would subtract one circle because these are all quarters of circles, and then you would get 30.90. If you want to be, let's do inches squared. I didn't add inches squared to these. Okay, and then this other one, you can try it as like a little challenge, but it's not going to be on the test. So, good luck. You guys y'all worked so hard this year. You guys deserve to do great on this test, so work through these problems just a couple of times. I'd say especially the area of the polygons ones, because those seem to be probably the hardest, I would say, on this bunch, in these. It's been a little bit since we've talked about them. But good luck. Y'all do awesome. And hopefully I'll see y'all soon. All right, bye.